Today's lesson is on compound interest. This is the equation y equals a times 1 plus r divided by n raised to the nt. I know that this seems confusing, but this is what all of the variables represent. A represents starting amount, which also is known as the principal in bank world. R is your percent rate written in decimal form. N is the number of times it's compounded in 1 year, and T is the number of years. Here you have a table which will give you your keywords to tell you how many times it's going to be compounded. Of course, annually means once a year, semi-annually means twice a year, quarterly means 4 times a year, and monthly means 12 times a year. Those 4 are going to be the ones you see most often. Here's an example. Suppose your parents deposit $800 in an account that pays 7.5% interest compounded annually when you were born. Find the account balance after 18 years. Let's find the important information. We know that we start out with $800, so this is our A. We also know that the rate is 7.5%, which needs to be changed to a decimal, so we change that to 0.075. Remember that we always divide percents by 100 to get our decimal. Alright, so the question is, how is it compounded and for how many years? In blue you see highlighted that it says it's compounded annually, and that we want to find the balance after 18 years. So what that means is that our N is going to be equal to 1 and our T is going to be equal to 18. Let's make our equation. Back to the base equation that I gave you in the beginning. You're going to plug in 800 for A, 0.075 for R, 1 for N on top, and 18 for T, because that's the number of years. You're going to plug this equation into your calculator. Here all I did was simplify everything inside of the parentheses. You can plug it into y equals, but instead of putting 18, you would need to put x. Otherwise, you can plug it into your home screen on your calculator. Alright, the answer would be $2,940.60 in the account after 18 years. How much interest was gained over 18 years? Think about it. Don't stress out. If this is the ending amount after 18 years, then you're going to take the starting amount and subtract that from the ending amount. So I did $2,940.60 minus 800, which means I got $2,140.60 in interest. A lot of free money. Here's another example. You deposit $200 in an account compounded monthly, earning 5% interest. How much will be in the account after 1 year, after 2 years, after 5 years? Let's go through and highlight our important information. You have $200 starting out. It is compounded monthly, and it's earning 5%. So the equation that we would need to come up with again, here I have it highlighted in blue. The equation that we would come up with is y equals a times 1 plus r over n to the nt. Same equation. Our A is 200. That's the amount that was deposited originally. We plug in 0.05 for our rate, 12 for our N, because that's the number of times it's going to be done in 1 year. On top, we're going to multiply 12 times T, and because we have different numbers for T, I just left this as a variable. So what this means is that you will want to plug this equation in into your calculator under y equals. Once you plug it into y equals, you would go to your table and you would go down for x equals 1. You would get $210.23 after 1 year. which means you gain about $10.23 in interest. After year 2, you would have $420. After year 5, you would have $1,051.21. Wow, a lot of money after 5 years, and you only deposited $200. Homework for tonight is that you have a take-home quiz due Monday, and that you can revisit this PowerPoint at home. Remember that all quizzes are due on Monday, no questions asked.